Wolverton.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Nelms. Harden.
Here. I'll make a motion to dispense with reading of the minutes, approval of the minutes from April 15th.
Okay, moved by Mr. Harden, second by Mr. Wolverton. Any questions on the minutes? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign, 3-0, that passes. No old business, and we have 2 items under new business. Request for permission to add crosswalk across Seminole Drive and East Hawthorne Road at the intersection with Oxmoor Road.
Yeah, so I'll start and then you jump in because he's already done a drawing and everything. I was sitting at the intersection of Seminole one day. You know, it's one way now going toward Oxmoor.
Yep.
And I watched a mom with her child in a stroller struggling to get the stroller down off the curb and cross to the other side, and then struggle to get the stroller back up onto the curb because there's no ramps there. There is one ramp on this side of East Hawthorne. There is no ramp on the other side. So when I called Cale from my car and was like, hey, and he said, actually, he goes, let me go out there. So he proposed doing one there as well. And then didn't we talk about doing the ones down on Claremont too?
We did, and that's part of this request also, so that's in another PDF.
Right, so it's more than just these, and also I will say, I know that a lot of older people that go to Trinity park up there, and because it's easier than walking up the stairs to get to the sanctuary or to the nave. So I think that'll be really helpful for a lot of different people, for a lot of different reasons. And the fact is, ADA compliant, we need to have those ramps there anyway. And then further down on the other side, on the Claremont side, there are also not ramps on that side of the sidewalk either. So Cale proposed adding ramps over there too. And I think
I'm sorry, where?
Claremont. Yeah, okay, that's that picture. Okay, yeah, so you can see there that we've added 3 ramps on the church side and then on the opposite side of the street as well, so that we can have ADA compliant ramps on all those intersections.
A question, is, back over here on Seminole, I'm sorry, John, cut you off there, I'm sorry about that. Is there a crosswalk going across Oxmoor there? Because people do cross, they've been parking in the neighborhoods and they're crossing there.
I don't have one, so there are already head signals crossing over Seminole and East Hawthorne. There are none going across Oxmoor until you get down to the Claremont crosswalk.
Oh, that's right, there's not a time
there's
sign
not.
right there.
We would prefer
would
folks
vote
to
to
stay on the
Okay,
road.
right. There's not,
Cross
okay.
at Claremont.
Hey, Brian, can you
But I will
zoom
tell
back
you,
out?
because we
Well,
park
it's
right
just-
there every Sunday, and I will tell you, there are lots of families crossing right there.
I believe it.
Well, Sunday is different.
Park on the other side.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know.
Okay, so
I
that's,
park right
yeah,
there.
so there's no, yeah, and that's what I was really literally, so many people park there, and that's why I think the ramps are a necessity. You know, one day maybe we'll have a crosswalk, but today's not that day.
Well, we could certainly do it. We would just need to add ped signals also.
I mean, why not? I don't know, I'm throwing it out there, I know it's not my item, but you know
No,
what I mean,
no,
like, if we're doing it, why not?
I have no objection to this. I will say this, I mean, it's, you know, that's a busy intersection, pedestrian wise, and I think a lot of people walk across there to get their kids to like TCDC, and some people walk to church on Sunday morning.
They
So,
do.
I mean, I'm not opposed to adding a signalized, crosswalk either.
Yeah, I think Sunday's probably gonna be your higher volume.
That's gonna be the day.
You have a few, but it's probably Saturday, Sunday volume would be your biggest volume.
Yeah, so you're not impacting traffic during the week, you know? I think it'd be.
I mean, do you think it's warranted? Or are you saying that you would prefer to keep people crossing at the Claremont
From an
intersection?
accessibility standpoint, it gets weird because if you're on the south side of Oxmoor, there's stairs at the Claremont
Right.
intersection.
Right.
So if you're in a chair or have a
You
stroller,
you literally can't
you
use
can't.
that.
Right.
Right.
So
But
I
it-
think it would be fine to put one on the west side of Oxmoor, but you would again have to add the ped signals.
I like that, and again, you know, it's like the bridge at Hollywood Boulevard, it's like, that's what people are doing, you know what I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
they shouldn't do that, they should go down, but they're not,
But they're not,
and
yeah.
can we accommodate
Yeah.
that? If there's traffic light there, and now we're gonna have ADA ramps.
Well, and Nick and I have talked about in our Complete Streets Committee group, the fact that we've done a lot of sidewalk projects, new construction in the past 3 years, but our ADA transition plan sort of got us on all of the ADA ramps that are non-compliant.
Right.
So it's good to go through here and sort of do inventory and add these back
Yeah.
where we can.
I would really like to, because I feel like, I mean, that is such a, I mean, we've done so much to make those sidewalks so nice, and the church, you know, Trinity has gotten really big. So, you know, I think that's, and because of the child care centers and because people are just walking a lot more. I think it would be a really good idea, and it just makes it safer, makes it more accessible. I just think it's a good, I mean.
And we have money in the budget to pay for it.
Right,
Do it.
that's the thing.
I think that,
Yeah.
I
So
think
that's what I wanted to ask about real quick. I mean, I'm all for it, but we had an incident at Patriot Park, and I've been talking to you and the mayor for a month now about making some changes. That's an everyday thing at that intersection, not primarily on Sunday. So I just want to make sure we're not pulling funds away from something that I think is more emergent in dealing with.
Well, and I will say also, I mean, yes, that is emergent. We want to make sure that that doesn't happen again. But the fact is, this is a intersection on a busy street across from a daycare center and a church. So I think it's equally as important, not less important or more important, but equally as important. If we can, and there's budget money available, then
There
we're
is.
able to.
I guess typically, I don't remember the process. I don't know. I thought you required traffic studies for adding stuff like this, and that's if crosswalks are not, that's fine. I just know that I just recently got pushed back on it being mid-block. So
Yeah,
No,
well,
that's
I
Well,
mean.
this is
so-
not mid-block.
that's not
This is an
mid-block.
intersection with a
That's in a
stoplight.
traffic light.
there's a traffic light.
Yeah.
There's traffic
Yeah.
light.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's a traffic light.
I
It's
knew
a
there was
four-way
one down
stop.
at Claremont.
No,
There's a
there's
traffic
a
light.
traffic
I
light
gotcha.
there.
Yeah, there's one there.
Yeah, that is not a
Okay.
mid-block crosswalk.
I gotcha.
So we-
Okay.
And I didn't know.
I remember we budgeted, a lot for the ADA ramps
What's
and
that?
stuff. And, so we have money in the budget for,
Yeah, I would pay for the ramps out of sidewalk, and then we have money left over from the three,
Which is crazy.
RRFBs that we put in down here at Reese Street and at Salter, which have gone in, and Shays Broadway. We have some funds left over for that would pay for pet signal here.
And that would probably be solar, right?
The pet signal would probably tie
Or
into the
like to
traffic
light,
controllers.
'cause there's already towers
There's
in the
already
light.
light.
Yeah.
light there.
Well, that'd be perfect. There's no cost, extra cost there.
I mean, I would like to, if I can we add that to the, I think because the item just says, Seminole and East Hawthorne, so we need to add Claremont and, what's the other, East Linwood? Is that Linwood? West Linwood? East Linwood? The one that goes
West
by,
Linwood.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
east and
okay.
west.
All right,
That's
so we need to add those anyway, for the ramps to be added in the crosswalk. And then I'd like to add a Oxmoor crosswalk at the Seminole East Hawthorne,
I'm sorry, you
intersection as
can't
well.
do anything.
Oh, that's true, I'm not. But it is my item.
You are.
It's my
Sorry.
item though. Okay, Jennifer, will you
Andy's
add
not
that? Oh,
on
you're
it.
not on the committee either. John, will you add that to the lead?
Hey,
Will you
Kale,
add that on?
real
I'm
quick,
gonna go
the
sit
one,
with David over there.
the one on West Hawthorne, the one that was white on the,
Alright,
that
this
one already
Nelm
exists,
is here.
correct?
Crosswalk
So-
already exists,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm not
And it's already
either,
signalized,
but
it's already.
So basically to summarize,
You're
we're
on the
talking.
committee.
Public safety.
This is public safety. You're on the committee.
Yes.
Yeah, you're in. You're on, girl.
So Barry, just to summarize,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
you're talking about one at Seminole, one at East Hawthorne, one across Oxmoor there on
No,
the,
now, the only signalized.
on the west side.
The only signalized would be across Oxmoor.
Yeah.
But there would be, yes, the ramps being added on both of those corners, the ramp being added over here, because there is already
So
one on
before
this
new
side.
crosswalks, one signaled, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
One ped
exactly.
signal.
One
So
ped
one,
signal across
one on
Oxmoor.
Claremont, then the three that would be in this intersection area.
Right,
Okay.
exactly, with the ramps.
With the ped, with the
ped
ped light
signal.
there,
Yeah,
right?
right,
Yeah.
across
Yes.
Oxmoor.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so, what is
So-
what would the public safety committee like to do?
I'm a
Now
loud
that
house
we have
over
heard
here.
from all the members that are not on the public safety committee,
I'm
I'd
so
like to
sorry
give
that
maybe
I
the
am
committee a
late. I
chance
thought
to.
we were in
to
finance.
talk
I would
about it.
gladly support what we're talking about and appreciate support on stuff in
So
a couple
you,
weeks.
so your recommendation would be to
To add-
install the
To add one across,
per Kale's schematic with the ADA ramps, the crosswalks.
And then
the
adding,
Signal, and it's already budgeted, not send it to finance, just send it to
correct,
council.
with the addition of the Oxmoor and the.
And we're creating a
sub-
crosswalk across Oxmoor, which to me is where my big fear
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
Yeah,
And a ped signal, so that, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
On the west side of the intersection, right?
That's
We're
what
pointing,
he
and I'm
just
just,
said.
I'm just.
Yes,
clarifying
west side of
what-
the
thank
intersection.
you.
Well,
Yeah.
The east side doesn't seem like it would work.
the intersections are too gapped on the
The
streets
west
there.
side.
Yeah. Yeah.
West
Okay,
side.
we have a motion on the floor.
I'll second it.
Okay, so,
Yes.
question,
Motion.
I have a question. I brought this up a while ago and it was kind of, put down because of the location. But I just still see a need for a crosswalk at the Broadway Park, condominiums.
I think that's where you're gonna get a mid-block. That's why
Yeah.
Henry was
well,
having trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, it's mid-block, but like we have several that are blind spots, which are worse than mid-blocks, but we have to have them, and I think they help. I think it helps the driver to, they're not just gonna stop, but it helps the drivers when they see this very nicely painted crosswalk and somebody's standing there to cross. And there's not a time I've passed there that somebody's not trying to get across to the sidewalk to run or push their baby or
Well,
something.
I think what that would need to be, since that's not part of this item,
Okay.
I think you would need to talk to
Yeah,
Kale
let's
about
add
that.
that as a
And that would be
separate.
added to the referral agenda
Yeah.
for the next meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thank you.
So this would be for,
So
and
second.
we've already added Seminole, East Hawthorne, and,
Oxmoor.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and Claremont. So that's all part of the two schematics that are there.
All right.
So we've got a motion from Counselor Wolverton and then Counselor Harden, seconded that. Are there any other questions?
To add Claremont.
So, yes, it'll include Claremont,
Claremont,
East
East
Linwood,
Hawthorne.
East Hawthorne.
and
Seminole,
Seminole and East
Oxmoor,
Hawthorne,
and West
and then
Hawthorne.
Oxmoor. So does that mean ramps at Seminole and East Hawthorne, and it just one side of East
Mr.
Hawthorne,
Kendrick.
crosswalks.
I suggest they be in two separate ordinances,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I agree.
that'll make it easier for you to do that.
easy to enforce.
Okay. So on the one ordinance, it would be 2 ADA ramps added at Seminole and Oxmoor, and 1 ramp added at East Hawthorne and Oxmoor with crosswalks across both of those intersections, and then a signalized crosswalk across Oxmoor with a ped signal. So that's the first one.
Okay.
And then the second one would be the ramps added at Claremont
That's
and
a
Oxmoor.
second ordinance.
Yeah, totally separate ordinance. Would be the 2 ramps at Claremont and Oxmoor. And then, is it 2 ramps or just 1 ramp on the East Linwood side?
I don't know, Brian.
I
can
think
you
it's
go
just
back?
1.
Go back to the picture.
Which one?
The schematic of Claremont. Of the Claremont side.
It's just one, there's already one existing on
Yeah, on that
Oxmoor, so
other
it was just,
side.
yeah, just that one.
Yeah, so, and then, and so then one ramp at West Hawthorne and, Oxmoor.
So the motion was per the schematic, and we'll get the schematic over.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah, I've got it.
we have a motion and a second.
Yeah.
So we'll take them separate. So the first one would be Seminole, the Seminole, intersection. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign, that's 3-0. Okay, and then the next one would be Claremont.
I think you have 4 now. Is Miss
Yes,
is
now
here.
it's-
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
that's
4.
right,
It's
sorry,
4-0.
4-0. 4-0, that passes. Okay, then we'll do the Claremont. It's been motioned and
Yes.
seconded,
Correct.
by the same ones. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign. That's 4-0.
Thank you.
That passes. Okay. Last item, 170424, request for consideration of no parking areas on portions of St. Charles Street and Stewart Street.
We're gonna
And
carry this over.
since we don't have our 2 Ward 1 counselors, we're gonna carry this over till our next meeting to discuss it. So I apologize that no one's here for that. But anyway, we'll carry that over without objection, and with that, we're adjourned, and I'm not gonna chair another meeting.